Hi, my friends and family. Welcome back. Today, I'm talking about the evolution of sugar-free. You know, this idea of sugar-free products came about after the Industrial Revolution and as I said, the artificial world was created. And the intention, obviously, was something harmful because these were heavy poisons. I'm not sure, maybe most of the people were just thought their intention was to make money. But when you go to a deeper or higher level, so to speak, there's the control of the Dark Lords. I gotta roll, 'cause I thought that the creepiest gods that ever were are so sure they're gonna blow it all up or just steal this planet for sure. So I'll spend the whole day funky, I'll spend the whole day stoned, acting silly like a monkey just to help me feel at home. No sugar tonight in my coffee, but the keto is a bliss thing to me. So around the time I was born, they came out with these sweeteners, aspartame or NutraSweet, and then came aspartame. So these were really nasty chemicals. Fortunately, around the time of my birth, we have the Back to the Land movement, intentional communities and organic farm and plant medicine movements. The antidotes to these anti-life takeover plans, filling your body with toxic chemicals and getting rich off it and creating the mechanical beast world system called Humans 2.0. At this point now, we have learned over the years, that aspartame in diet soda causes massive obesity. Mainly because it is not digestible. It destroys cells and basically never leaves. Or I don't know how you can get it out of there. Somehow maybe you could chelate. A horror for all on it. A horror for all on aspartame. I know those of you who have tried this can put it in the comments if you became addicted to this poison. It is physically addictive. Humans couldn't come up with something that cruel. Would humans think of such crap as this? No, but, Yahweh might think it was cute. Or no, maybe it was the Dracos, It's hard to say. We don't know. We just know that it's not it's not for us. It's not for us. It's not for the goodness. So these artificial chemical sweeteners, so sad. My dad was obese and he died related to that. These artificial chemical sweeteners and ignorant folks who took them thinking it was for their health actually caused and exaggerated massive inflammation, obviously, and cancers. A tragically familiar scenario with the evil criminal ETs trying to take over our planet. Sorry, but Alexander, it ain't gonna happen. You guys are gonna have to just realize that the respectful creator was, and ever shall be, the divine mother is the one who created this before your masters, before Yahweh, before the Archons even, and certainly before the Dracos ever got here. The respectful divine mother created us, and she didn't intend for us to become these sick puppet slaves for ETs that have no respect for life. And this is a tragically familiar scenario with evil criminal ETs trying to take over our planet. We see this. This is what we see over and over again. Fortunately, Dr. Perlmutter has also shown us a better way. You don't want to try to confront these dark ETs. They could easily destroy us, kill us, take us, do all the horrible things you can imagine. So unless you have some way of protecting yourself from that, which I recommend faith is one of them. So, but fortunately, Dr. Perlmutter has shown us a better way, indirectly destroying their fake-ass scams, such as their what's called statin drugs scam. I don't even know if they hardly can do it anymore, if at all, by popularizing the opposite. This is what I'm saying here, is that the way you destroy the devil is by popularizing the truth, popularizing respect, popularizing health, real health. In this case being ketogenic. The idea Dr. David Perlmutter popularized the ketogenic diet, indirectly destroying this fake-ass scam of the low-fat diet. The lower D, Satan's sweetener, and the higher dimensional sweeteners. For those, sugar's evolution. For those who are obese, the keto diet can be an amazing breakthrough that will save your life, make you look really way sexier than you could imagine. And I've seen this. A friend of mine who's in her 60s lost, dozens of pounds. And she said, I'm so happy because I can eat this rich chocolate and I don't get fat. It can be an amazing. It seems like a miracle of real science, organic, like Indian science, like Vandana Shiva science, the marriage of organic farming with technology. How about that, folks? That's where we're really heading. Come visit me and watch her in San Jose, October 28th. 25 years ago, stevia was brought into the market. This plant sweetener, it started out, it was just a green powder they sold at the health food store, and it was bitter, very 20 times sweeter than sweet sugar, and it was bitter. But after 25 years, it's gone through this evolution, and it went from this green bitter powder that didn't work very well to sweeten things to now it is everywhere that there is healthy food and coffee. Every place that serves organic coffee or healthy food will have stevia or xylitol, or erythritol, actually is what it usually is, a mixture of erythritol and stevia. And it has changed with the production of stevia with erythritol, or even better, now it's even more recent, this popularization of the even more beautiful and organic monk fruit extract, which may have a half a gram of sugar per serving or less, but it tastes just as sweet and better than sugar. Ironically, it seems I can have erythritol or monk fruit or stevia, and it does nothing to feed my long-term blood disease that I haven't 100% cleared. I'm 96% clear about this. For me, it is like a food revolution because I can't have sugar. So this erythritol, stevia, xylitol being popular and available and cheap, it's just wonderful. It's amazing. Now I can have sweets that don't poison me like sugar did. It's amazing. And if I ever get a fucking legal place, or when I visit my brother, I have a lot of raw milk keto ice cream and raw milk keto goat ice cream, and you can only DIY. It's illegal in all states to add any sweetener to raw dairy and sell it. So I was blissing out every day in Carolina just off that. So it's amazing, it's completely different. That if you have, say, cancer like I've had to deal with, and any of these illnesses, I've had several illnesses that feed off sugar, and you can't have it, and now you can have sweets. I mean, it's easy to, if you have too large of a portion, to go back to screwing up and feeding the inflammation. So you have to be careful with that. But ironically, it seems like it works. I can have these rich desserts, and it never feeds my illness at all, for the most part, unless I take too much. It's in 50 years, sugar-free, the term sugar-free has gone a huge transformation from meaning artificial, chemical, slow torture deaths by addictive poisons to actually pretty healthy. That contrast is amazing and caused by humans, organic humans who have respect. and brought that into the business world, brought that into the mainstream media, brought those several MDs, those several talk show hosts who cared, brought the respect for health into the mainstream media. This is why, one of the reasons why I make media. I want to bring in the truth, bring in the respect. What is erythritol? It is a sugar alcohol extracted usually from birch trees. This is also very ironic to me because I gave up alcohol and sugar, but I can have sugar alcohol. Is that funny? Ironically, this type of alcohol does not seem to cause inflammation, addiction, and feed illnesses. Well, it can be addicting your sugar. A taste of another world, sweets that do not harm the body. Xylitol, some dentists have made claims that it cleans your teeth. Is that an unbelievable miracle that a dentist claims that it can clean your teeth? Of course, like I say, I must get the proportions right on these desserts. This video was brought to you in part by Cushy Punch's first sugar-free gummies, the indica. That's why it's taking me so long to get all these words out. What if other parts of human life have short histories like the last 50 years of sugar-free? Why don't we make other parts of human life similar and remove these filthy, toxic ways and replace them with respectful ways? Well, this has happened in several other ways, like humanity's idea of cannabis. What normies think about cannabis, as an example. Another example was they used lawsuits to remove almost all of the hydrogenated oils from Safeway in the world of food. With Ron DeSantis, he used a lawsuit to reclaim our right to go on public transportation without a mask. Reclaimed our rights with lawsuits. The perception of real truth and corporate intent is growing. You know, there's something called B corporations. The New Leaf is one that supposedly don't do anything to harm anyone. Capitalism and money and corporations don't necessarily, like the Go Grocery Outlet, don't necessarily have to be opposed to each other. It's just the intent of the CEO has to be respectful, okay? Food created the flesh suit, okay? Think about it. The physical flesh suit is made out of food and water and thoughts and emotions. Respect. It is a biological machine, but you got to eat organic if you want to have respect for this biological machine. Bill Gates, the transhumanist movement, 100% wrong. Eliminate sugar if you really want to respect your flesh suit if you're a full-grown adult. I mean, there may be that it's good for children to have it, but I think full-grown people, it's harmful. Maybe a sweet potato for breakfast is all you need for your brain. Transform your health awareness. Sugar is probably necessary for infants and children, as I just said, but harmful, literally quite often, very, very harmful, especially sugar cane, the cane family, for full-grown brains and bodies. Very much so. Knowing this, maybe you'll quit, cut down, or use stevia, erythritol, or monk fruit. Notice how much better you feel, man. Give this one day and just notice how much better you feel, man. Think about how the attitude of ganja, if we applied the attitude we've had about sugar and ganja to war and religion and health in general, how it would change. Sugar-free has mostly become what it was originally planned to be, supposedly healthy. Tasty food without much sugar. How can you apply this trend to other parts of life? Check my video Fast Rude for another take on this subject. Awareness, as always, is the key, okay? When you have awareness of your food choices, and of course, with most of us, I was a sugar crack baby. It takes a lot of discipline and discernment, or in my case, not being willing to die of several deadly diseases that it fed on, having the decision or the discernment to rather identify as a self-healing organism rather than the one that kills itself. It takes discipline and courage and discernment, but you can do it. living the sugar-free life is a beautiful and wonderful thing for your health, or, you know, just having basic carbohydrates. Let's make this a better world. Create a great one, family. Love you.